everyone, welcome to the 5 Stops. This podcast is all about the 5 important moments that shaped who I am today. Each stop represents a different school, a different challenge, and a different lesson I've learned along the way. Today, we're stopping at Liebigschule, a time when I faced some of the most toughest challenges in my academic and personal life. Joining me to reflect on this stop is Ella, who has shared their insights on coping with academic stress and self-doubt. Welcome, Ella.
Thanks for having me. I love the idea of exploring these stops as a way to reflect on personal growth.
So, let's dive into the stop. When I studied at Liebigschule, I faced a lot of challenges. My German skills were practically non-existent. Like, it was being thrown into a completely different and foreign environment. The academics were tough, but even more than that, I struggled with feeling out of place. Have you ever been in a situation where you felt like you didn't belong?
Absolutely. When I switched schools in my school, I felt like everything was stacked against me. Academics, social connections, and even just understanding how things work. It's just a stressful feeling.
Exactly. For me, not knowing the language made it so much harder to connect with people or even understand what was going on in class. I remember trying to fit in by abandoning parts of who I was, like downplaying my Chinese heritage because I thought it might help me belong. But in the end, it just made me feel even more disconnected.
That's so relatable. Like sometimes we think that changing ourselves is the solution, but it just adds to stress. How did it impact your academics?
Oh, it completely derailed them. I was failing because I couldn't understand anything. I felt like no matter how hard I tried, I was always behind. On top of that, I started mimicking my classmates who didn't take school seriously. I thought if I acted like them, lazy and unmotivated, it might help me fit in. But it just made things even worse.
That sounds so tough. Did you have a turning point where things started to take a shift?
Yes, there was a moment where I realized I couldn't keep going like that. My grades were slipping and I wasn't happy with I was becoming. That's when I solidified my plan to study in America. I started distancing myself from people who didn't align with my goals and refocused on what mattered most to me, my future.
That's such an important realization. It's like you reclaimed control over your life and you decide to focus on your own path.
Exactly, and the bigger lesson from the stop was that the environment you're in can shape who you are, but you get to decide how much power it has. For me, it was about learning to prioritize my own values and goals over trying to fit into a mold that wasn't right for you. So, what did I learn from the stop? That self-doubt and stress are unavoidable at times, but they don't define you. It's okay to struggle, but it's also important to take a step back, reflect, and focus on what matters to you. Don't let the environment dictate who you are. Let it be a challenge for you to go through.
That's such a powerful message. Academic stress and self-doubt are part of the journey, but there are also opportunities to discover your strengths.
Exactly. Thank you for joining me today, Ella, and thank you all for stopping by the 5 stops. Join me next time as we visit another stop of my journey and uncover the lessons it taught me. See you soon.